business risk. Now, what do you understand by the term business risk? Now, business risk is simple. Whenever you do business, you can either earn profit or you can either earn loss. So the situation is clear over here. Business risk means what? You can either earn profit or you can either earn loss. Now when you talk about this particular situation in a business where you can either earn profit or whether you can either earn loss, there is a probability that sometimes in business you might earn profit. This is not a risk. This is not a risk. If you are earning profit, it is not a risk. But there are situations when you will earn loss, and this is a risk. Okay, whenever you feel or whenever you get a loss in business, that is called as risk. Now when you talk about business risk are of two types. The first one is natural. These are natural disasters through the act of God. Right or wrong? Natural disasters are through the nature and it are act of God. And man-made, that means it is created by human beings. Now when we'll talk about natural risk, earthquake. Your company gets destroyed in earthquake. It is a natural disaster. Flood. Your company gets destroyed because of flood. These are called as natural disasters and natural risk which affects your business. The next one is man-made. No demand. There is no demand of your product. For example, Nokia does not have demand. It is creating phone, it is trying to sell phones, but there is no demand. Right or wrong? So this is called as man-made risk. The risk is because of man. Men don't want to buy Nokia cell phones. Then this risk is called as man-made risk. Strike of workers. Now strike means, let me tell you or give you one example. हड़ताल पे चले जाना. That is called a strike of workers. Workers in your factory don't want to work for you and they are telling that we will not work for you until you accept such terms. For example, a businessman is giving workers 300 rupees per day to work. Okay, but the workers are not satisfied. They will go out on a strike and they will tell that we don't want 300 rupees, we want 400 rupees. This is called as man-made risk because of workers, strike of workers, etc. Okay, so we have classified business risk. Okay, risk means what? Loss, the probability of loss, and business risk are of two types, natural and man-made. Now causes of business risk. Now when you talk about causes of business risk, risk is because of certain causes. The first one is change in technology. Now I'll give you one example over here. In the year 2000, there was a situation that people replace typewriters with computer. So everyone doing business of typewriters was closed and everyone was buying computers. So because of change in technology, typewriter businessmen started earning loss, and this risk and this loss was because of change in technology. The technology has been changed from typewriters to computers. So people stopped buying typewriters and people started buying computers, and this risk was because of change in technology. Technology has been upgraded. There is no use of typewriters. Okay, the second one is competition. Now sometimes there is a loss or risk. Okay, loss means risk. Okay, there is a loss or risk because of competition. Now at a particular point of time, there was a competition between Nokia and Samsung. Who won? Samsung won the game and Nokia was losing. Clear? Now if Nokia was losing, so Nokia was making loss, and if it was making loss, it means what? Risk. And this is because of what? Competition. Okay, third one, loss. There are certain businesses who incur loss and there is a risk because of rules and regulations. Now there was a company, okay, who was manufacturing cotton. Right now, I'm giving you an example of Surat based company. There was a Surat based company who was manufacturing cotton. Now, using cotton, that company was manufacturing clothes and they were sending the goods from India to China. But a new law in India says that you cannot do business with China. You cannot do business with China. And in this particular situation, the Surat based businessman who was manufacturing cotton, and from cotton he was manufacturing clothes, and from India, from Surat, he was sending the products to China. But now, because we are in a situation of war with China, we cannot sell the product to China, and this is called as loss. Because of loss. Demand. Again, the example of Nokia. People were not demanding Nokia phones anymore. People were demanding phones of Samsung, Apple, Oppo, Vivo, etc. Right? People do not want Nokia phones. They want Samsung phones, they want Apple phones, they want Vivo phones. Okay, so there was no demand. No demand means people were not ready to buy the Nokia phones, and hence the company was making loss, and this is a risk, and this risk is because of demand. Okay, physical risk. Physical means machinery. The machinery does not work, and if the machinery does not work, you will face loss, and this loss is called as risk. Which risk? Physical risk.